Viewers, hope you all had a lovely and productive week. This is me, Priya, and I'm here to make my weekend productive by accompanying you guys on this amazing show called Z Connect. Well, this week was quite exciting, I must say, with all the events and celebrities in town. I have all the buzz from everything happening in your city, and the right time to share all that with you begins now. So join me. We got to meet Bollywood singer Ash King, who made a splash into stardom with his first song Dil Gira Da Fatan from Delhi 6, followed by hits like Auntie Ji, Ti Amo, Meherban, and the list goes on. Listen to him speak about his musical journey and what brings him to Dubai up next. Hello, Ash.
Hi.
We are so happy to have you on Z Connect with us. Welcome.
Great to be here on Z Connect. Over the years, I've done many interviews. I don't think I've done Z Connect, so I'm excited to see what you're going to throw at me.
Okay, fine, Ash. So let's go back into your life from the time when you were, I guess, working in a call center in London, and then like, music.
Hi, would you like to? And phone gets cut. And like, okay, next call. Hi, would you like to upgrade?
Yeah, and then life just changed after that. So take me through how Ashutosh Ganguly became Ash King.
So I started off trying to do independent music, because that's what you do, you try. And I didn't have much experience at that time in England. So I decided to say, right, let me get a manager and stuff. And I was doing a song with Hardcore. I don't know if you guys know.
Yes.
And at that time, she's like, your name Ashutosh Ganguly isn't sounding cool. I was like, okay, call me Ash. And she said, Ash is sounding boring. So my friend was giving me a haircut, Chris Jones. And while he's cutting my hair, he's like, Ash King, are you listening to me? I was like, oh, Ash King. I said, that sounds good. That's how the name came. And this manager I decided to get said, do you want to meet A.R. Rahman? And I was like, did he just say A.R. Rahman? I was like, how does he, because he was totally non-Indian and everything. I was like, he's like, do you want to meet him? I said, yes. Yeah. So I went all the way to this house. It took me 2 hours in the rain and cold, and I went there. I walked in, I thought, there's no way A.R. Rahman's going to be in this house when I get there.
Yeah.
I walked in and A.R. Rahman's, I was like, what? That is him. And I was like, this is real, this isn't a dream. And he asked me to sing some stuff. And I only knew English songs at that time. I knew some Indian music bits and pieces, but I will know something like a bhajan or something. Because I grew up playing like dholak and things like that, tabla. So then I sang something. He's like, do you want to sing in a film? I was like, what? 3 months later, I was in his house in Chennai, and he asked me to sing a song. And that's the first time I recorded in a studio.
But wait, you just met him in that party and...
No, party. He was working with on Slumdog Millionaire.
Ah, okay. But he had heard you sing somewhere before that?
No.
Nothing.
It was just the most random thing. This manager that I got, he was standing in a hotel lobby and someone was having a conversation, and he walked over to the table and said, oh, you guys are talking about music, I've got an artist. And they were doing this Nokia album with A.R. Rahman at the time. So he's like, oh, you want to meet him? That's how it happened.
Wow. Oh my God. And then life just changed.
Changed. I'm sitting here doing an interview.
But then your first song itself in Delhi 6 was Dil Gira Kahin, which, I mean, not knowing anything.
Dil Gira Da Fatan.
Dil Gira Da Fatan. Yeah. How was it? I mean, how was that entire experience, since you didn't know Hindi? At
all. So I walked into the studio, and I remember A.R. Rahman's assistant, Krishna Chetan, who's a very young Krishna Chetan, said, this is the song you have to sing. And I heard the song. So I thought maybe he played the wrong song, and I said, this is the wrong song because this is pure Hindi. And he's like, he just left me in the studio, and he gave me a pen and paper. He said, just write down the lyrics. I was like, what am I doing? And I said, look, it's been fun, but now I need to leave because this is too much. I'm not ready for this opportunity. It was really, really weird. And then they said, no, you can't go. I was there for about a week, and I recorded the song 4 times, and it was difficult. And then finally, A.R. Rahman said, you know what, I'm going to record it myself. And he recorded me, and in his house, in his home, and which is very special for me, because I always feel people's homes are special.
Yeah.
Like, so I was so scared though, because all the other singers that were singing on the album were there, Javed Ali, Mohit Chauhan, there was the director, Rakesh Mehra, there was Prashant Joshi, the writer.
Yeah.
So I said, can you put the lights off? So I made them put all the lights off in the studio, in the thing, and it was completely dark. And he said, Ash, I'll just keep one candle on there for his, one of his relatives' pictures is in the studio. And yeah, and I recorded the song in the dark.
Wow.
And it was like this. Dil mera, dil mera, dil mera, dil mera, dil gira kahin par dafatan, जाने मगर ये नैन तेरी खामोश जुल्फों की गहराइयाँ है जहाँ दिल मेरा. Something like
Wow.
that. Sorry, I'm not really warmed up.
Isn't that amazing? It was fab. Oh my God.
Check them like this. Okay, you're right. Next one.
I mean, oh,
Thank you.
Never mind. So we've heard, just like many of us, you are also a Kishore Da fan.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah. So which one of his song is your favorite?
All of them. So I love performing Samne Ye Kaun Aaya in my shows because it has a vibe and it has an international feel, which I feel people from all over the world can connect to.
Yeah.
So, for example, pam param, param pam, pam param, param pam, सामने ये कौन आया दिल में हुई हलचल देख के बस एक ही झलक हो गए हम पागल. It's just a very nice melody, everyone can sing along to, so I love that song. But I love all of his songs. Kishore Kumar is Kishore Kumar. And Kishore Kumar Ganguly, and I'm Ashutosh Ganguly, so we've got that connection there. I feel good about that, you know.
Yes,
I'm going to put that on record, you know, for you and you. Yeah.
Everyone knows it. Everyone does. Trust me. Okay, so we're going to end the interview, but not without you again singing for us a few lines of Barish.
Barish.
Because that's a Z music.
Sure. चेहरे में तेरे खुद को मैं ढूंढूं, आँखों के दरमियाँ तू अब है इस तरह, ख्वाबों को भी जगह ना मिले. ये मौसम की बारिश, ये बारिश का पानी, ये पानी की बूंदे तुझे ही तो ढूंढे. ये मिलने की ख्वाहिश, ये ख्वाहिश पुरानी हो पूरी तुझी से मेरी ये कहानी. Priya, hey, ZeeConnect, oh, dil ka ye kya raaz hai. There's more songs. Next interview, we're doing this one.
Oh my God, we could just have a concert right here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. ZeeConnect, thank you for taking time out to interview me. It means a lot for artists like me to be documented like this.
Thank you so much, Ash. We've loved, absolutely loved talking to you and knowing your story, your journey, and listening to your songs live, sitting across from me like this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Time for a quick break, but lots more coming up right after. Stay connected. Welcome back. A 13-piece troupe from Niche Entertainment and Classic Concepts in association with Zee TV celebrated the Nightingale of India, the late Lata Mangeshkar ji, in a humble tribute recently held at the Sheikh Rashid Auditorium, Dubai. The 2.5-hour show traced her musical journey, highlighting her musical hits ranging from the early 40s to the 2000s.
मेरे पिताजी उनकी ड्रामा कंपनी थी और वो खुद क्लासिकल सिंगर थे और ग्वालियर घराने के वो शिष्य थे और हमारे घर में म्यूज़िक तो दिन रात चलता था क्योंकि वो गाते थे इस वजह से। तो एक दिन क्या हुआ कि मेरे पिताजी किसी को सिखा रहे थे गाना और वो उठ के चले गए बाहर और वो लड़का गा रहा था तो मैं खेल रही थी बाहर। मुझे ऐसा लगा कि ये कुछ ठीक नहीं गा रहा है, इसलिए मैं अंदर गई और मैंने कहा ये ऐसा नहीं ऐसा है, गा के मैंने बताया। तो पीछे से मेरे पिताजी आ गए और उन्होंने सुन के उन्होंने मेरी मदर को बुला के कहा कि देखो हमारे घर में तो एक अच्छा गवैया है, हमने कभी ध्यान ही नहीं दिया। तो मुझे दूसरे दिन उन्होंने उठाया और सुबह 6 बजे कहा कि तानपुरा लो और गाने के लिए बैठो।
Today's show is all about लता जी। मैं और अभिलाषा और धवल भी है, हम तीनों मिलके और म्यूजिशियंस लता जी के गाने पेश करेंगे और बहुत मेडलेज है। और ये प्रोग्राम मुझे लगता है कि हर एक सिंगर के लिए स्पेशल है क्योंकि लता जी के बारे में हर एक सिंगर के मन में एक स्पेशल जगह है। तो हम सभी लोग रिहर्सल भी एंजॉय कर रहे थे और हम एक्साइटेड भी है आज परफॉर्म करने के लिए।
Lata ji is an inspiration for all of us. She is my role model. I have learnt a lot from her songs, from her way of rendition, her the weightage of every word, the phrases, everything. You know, it's an all in all a very good thing for us to learn. And this show is a tribute to her, and we all are excited to do that in Dubai, and we are looking forward for it. And as I said, Lata ji has been our inspiration. I have dreamt to be like her. I have literally dreamt, and I met her as well. We got the opportunity to meet her, and I remember her words very clearly for me. She said, "आप अपने गाने बहुत जल्दी गाओगे." So I was mesmerized after that. I didn't know how to express myself, and that was a big thing for me.
Oh, actually, we all are. We can't say anything about Lata ji because she himself is an institution for us, and it's like a university of music. So we all are still learning. We have been singing Lata ji's songs, hearing Lata ji's songs since my childhood. So today it's been very special for me to perform in this show for Dubai, and especially particularly why with Niche Entertainment, because Niche gives a very different type of audiovisual presentation. It's normally Lata ji's songs, a tribute to Lata ji or Shraddhanjali to Lata ji, is a very peculiar particular show of 20 to 25 songs in a list or in a row. But here we have a collage of 44 songs with right from 1940s when Lata ji started singing as a child, and even probably the last song which she recorded. So this is a very beautiful collage which Niche has given for in this particular show, which includes most of the music composers. So I'm really lucky to be a part of this show and very happy to be performing in front of all the Dubai audience.
तुझको मालूम नहीं या तुझे मालूम भी हो, वो सियाह बख्त जिन्हें गम ने सताया बरसों, एक लम्हे को जो सुन लेते हैं तेरा नगमा, फिर उन्हें रहती है जीने की तमन्ना बरसों। जिस घड़ी डूब के आहंग में तू गाती है, आयतें पढ़ती हैं साजों की सदा तेरे लिए।
प्रकटगंड
सकते हैं किसी सिंगर की, क्या आप कहें कि वो लता मंगेशकर?
ये सदी उनकी आवाज की सदी है। एक लता है, एक हिंदुस्तान।
ये भी परिंदों की आवाज बिल्कुल लता की आवाज की जैसी।
लता जी के दौर में हुआ है। दैवी शक्तियों का उपकार नहीं माना जाता, सरस्वती की पूजा होती है, सरस्वती का सत्कार नहीं।
जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी, 10-10 को एक ने मारा, जब अंत समय आया तो
An Indian yogi on a motorbike recently rode into the UAE and has planted mangroves in Abu Dhabi. Who, what, when will follow after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Sadguru is on a 100-day bike journey from Britain to India to promote his environmental campaign. During his recent visit at the Indian Consulate Dubai, supported by the Indian Business Professional Council Dubai, he talked about his initiative to save soil by urging different governments to formulate a policy to address soil health. Let's meet him to know more.
Next year, the UAE is scheduled to host the environmental conference, COP28, which verifies the UAE's commitment to environmental protection and conservation. To take this consciousness forward and inspire us to contribute and support this mass movement of Save the Soil. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome on stage Sadhguruji to share his vision with us.
Well, Save Soil, why am I on this this kind of a trip? Last 30 years I have been talking about soil in so many different ways. Everybody appreciates, everybody says it's great, they clap their hands and they go and sleep on it. In the last 2 years I've met agricultural ministries from various nations across the world, and as I went about meeting elected officials, bureaucrats, scientists all over the world, what I realized was everybody knows what's the problem and everybody knows what is the general direction of the solution. But everybody, it looks like they've been waiting for an idiot to bell the cat. So I thought, here I am. Really, that's all it is. We think grieving over a disaster is an option. Mitigating the disaster is the most important thing, not grieving over it. But our competence, our capabilities, our ability to destroy has grown so immensely. If we ever walk into another situation like that, well, walking out of that is not going to be pretty at all. To call soil as soil, a minimum of 3 to 6% organic content should be there. The most minimum is 3. But not a single nation, not even a single nation on this planet has an average 3% organic content in its soil. See, there are only 2 sources of organic content on this planet or in this universe. Nowhere in the known universe there is any other source of organic content other than plant life and animal life. Hello? You understand what I'm saying? It's only plant life and animal life. There is no other way. I'm insisting on this because everybody thinks there is some technology to generate. They say we will print an apple in the 3D printer. Even if you want to print it, you need organic content. That has to come from the soil. There is simply no other way. So this is the time for the people of the world to stand up and say we are responsible human beings. Do you need teaching that you want your children to live better than you, or is it intrinsic to you? You're not on talking terms with me? Hello? Good. But right now I want you to understand, you are dismantling the possibility of good life for your children. Yes. The farmer must benefit in a three-pronged way. One, direct incentive, carbon credit, and in the market it gets a better place. Suppose my farm is 6% organic content. This will sit on a higher shelf. It's up to you, you have to pay a little more to buy this. But instead of eating 5 apples, you can eat 1 apple. It has the same nutrient value. All of us come from the soil, thrive off the soil. When we die, we go back to the soil. I'm saying, if you have not done any damn sensible thing in your life, at least when you die, put back the earth back to earth. Hello? At least that much. One ecosystem activity. So what can we do, what can we do is always the question. Commitment from individual people is not good enough. It is important, it must be enshrined in the policy. Why I'm insisting on the policy is, those times are over where you do something pretty in your kitchen garden, I do something pretty in my land, somebody else does something wonderful somewhere, and we fix something. That time has passed. So, if we care for our lives, if we care for every other life, if we care for your children's lives and their children's lives, our future generations must exist here better than us. If we have that intent, it's time to act. UAE government has been most progressive when rest of the world is busy turning fertile lands into deserts. It's wonderful to see here deserts are being converted into fertile lands, though the scale may not be there.
And it has been so kind of Sadhguruji to come here and tell us, especially in a place like UAE we consider as an oasis of peace and prosperity. And then now it should also become a destination for ecological upliftment of the soil. Now, when I look at the importance of the message, he was telling that individual actions should be in spreading the message and making the governments as well as the rule makers understand the importance of putting this as law, rather than each one of us just doing something in our backyard. It's important that we take it by way of pushing the governments to take legal actions and legislations, which I think is the most important message which I got.
Sadhguruji's global mission on Save the Soil has brought him to Dubai today, and it has been an honor and privilege for us here at the Consulate of India in Dubai to welcome him here, to listen to him, and to get inspired on this global consciousness which is required on this very, very critical environmental challenge which needs urgent attention. Sadhguru also mentioned that since the 21st of March, almost 2 billion people have heard about the Save the Soil mission and have got inspired to do more on this very important issue. And the aim is, the endeavor is, to bring in another 2 billion people in the fold. By the time he finishes this journey of 30,000 kilometers, 27 countries in 100 days. And I'm particularly pleased that this thought leadership on this important global challenge is coming from India, which has always been a fountainhead of wisdom and knowledge for the world. And as one of the oldest continuous living civilizations of the world, India must continue to make its rightful contribution in addressing every single global challenge. So thanks a lot to Sadhguru for this initiative, and we all will make sure that the Save the Soil campaign will be a huge success. Thank you.
A Sunday well spent brings a week of content. I hope you felt entertained and inspired with all the stories that you saw today. If you have missed watching them on the show, do follow us on our social media handles. Bye for now. I'm going to see you next week. Until then, keep watching ZeeConnect.